Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my page. It's your girl Marceline here once more. And I know I've posted a bun video 2 years ago, and I know a lot of persons will not be able to find it. So I'm just showing you a few clips of what I made this year. All right. So this was the first one. I think I made this in February, and I will list all the ingredients in the comment section as usual. If you are not able to find it, you can just send me a message on Facebook, but I will also copy and paste it, post it in my description section on YouTube as well. So basically, I'm just adding all my liquid ingredients. I'm adding the sugar for it to be melted. So we're not going to boil this, we're just heating it, all right? We're going to get it as hot as possible to melt all the ingredients that I'm adding. My molasses, I added 2 tablespoons of molasses. I'm adding my honey, and I'm also going to add my butter. I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove off, and I'm going to add my butter and my vanilla. All right, so basically you're gonna have to take this off the stove and allow it to cool down once the butter is melted. All right, we're gonna let it cool while we combine our dry ingredients. For the dry ingredients, we're gonna combine our 6.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're gonna add our baking powder, 2 tablespoons baking powder, and I'm adding half teaspoon of baking soda. For the spices, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cinnamon powder, and I'm adding 1.5 teaspoon of nutmeg and half teaspoon of mixed spice. I added 1.5 teaspoon salt. I combine it with a whisk, and then we're gonna sift it as well. So for the eggs, I'm using 3 eggs. If you don't want any eggs in there, just don't add it, okay? Just go ahead and add like a quarter cup of milk. Make sure the milk is room temperature, and that will make up for the liquid content of the egg for this specific amount of ingredients that we're using. Once my liquid is cooled, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use our wooden spoon to fold in our liquid ingredients, and that's basically it. And pertaining to the fruits, I added mixed peel, and I also added raisins. I soaked them 2 days before in some wine, and that was about quarter cup of wine, and that's basically it. If you don't want any mixed peel or any fruits in there, it's totally up to you. Just don't add any in there. For the color, don't pour it in, because remember, we're not making black cake, and even then you can't pour it in. You just add it in gradually. When adding the browning, make sure that you achieve the same color that I achieved at the end of mixing. You'll see when I'm pouring it into the baking pan, make sure it has that color, so that after it's baked you will have that nice brown bun color and it's not black like a Christmas cake. All right, so that is why I don't like to give out measurement for browning. I just tell you to add it gradually, because the browning that I am using may be different from yours, and some browning are bitter, some are darker in color, so you just have to be careful. My oven was preheated before I started the mixing of the flour and the liquid, and I preheated at 280 degrees so that my bun can bake slowly. And I'm adding in my cherries on top just for decor. It's optional as well. Now we're gonna go ahead and bake them. My pan is greased with a cooking spray, and this is the result of the first set. As I said before, I baked these last month, and this was to show you guys who are just started following me how I make my Easter bun. Just a quick and simple way. This is not the yeast recipe. I should have made a yeast one this year and see how that one turned out, but maybe next year. But these were just some regular nice delicious Easter bun. It's not beautiful because it bursts right down the center. I think I poured too much in there, but it tasted really good. Now for this one that I'm baking now, I'm baking these for someone as well, and these has less sugar in it. I added 1.5 cup of sugar instead, and you can definitely taste the difference between the bun. The first one tastes regular sweetness like a regular bun, but this one was really less sugar. So I'm saying this to say that if you are on a low sugar diet, you can go ahead and adjust the sugar to your liking. The bun will come out perfect just the same. All right, I don't believe that anyone that is diabetic will make bun, but just in case you want to go low on the sugar, go ahead and adjust the sugar to your liking. All right, these were the result of those with the low sugar. You can definitely see the difference in color, And then these were the ones that I baked last night. I forgot to show you how to make the glaze, which I will post it at the end of the video. The glaze is pretty simple. It's just a little butter and a little honey and a little jam, and that's it. And if you want to preserve it, you can add a little rum to the glaze as well. And I shipped these off this morning. I baked them last night, and I can't cut them to show you the texture, but I'm sure they're perfect based on that little one that I sampled. So pertaining to the glaze, that's gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna add some butter to the pot, allow it to melt. We're gonna add some honey, and we're gonna add some jam. And you can use any jam that you have, guava jam or any jelly, strawberry jelly. I think I use red plum in this particular one that I used on the first one that I made last month in the first clip. And then for the others, I think I use strawberry. So anyone that you have, go ahead and use it. Okay, my loves, thank you all so much for being here. I hope this video was useful to someone, and go ahead and drop me a comment if you try this recipe. All right, thank you for watching. Have a happy Easter and stay safe.